Tony Novak here to share a few points on how to stay out of tax trouble. Let's jump right in. Today's topic is the worst tax law. Now, my marketing person says I need catchier titles. Let's see how this one does. We're talking about Section 6001 of the Internal Revenue Code. And I'm joking about it being the worst case, but in many ways it is. If you think of it this way, not only are we subject and required to pay tax, but we are also required to keep the records and do the calculation, all of the work to know how much tax we are liable for. I'm going to shift my screen and read the code itself. It's just the one sentence, the first sentence of the code. Every person liable for any tax imposed by this title being Internal Revenue Code, shall keep such records, render such statements, make such returns, and comply with such rules and regulations as the Secretary, that's the Treasury Department, may from time to time prescribe. That's pretty darn rotten. It doesn't give a whole lot of leeway, doesn't give room for us to argue and debate. The point is, we are required to do bookkeeping. We are required to keep records of our income. And the serious point in this is that I'm noticing more and more with perhaps the complexity of life and the encroachment of technology, many people, particularly small business owners, are just not doing record keeping. I talked with a business owner this past week who may exceed $3 million in sales this year, and he essentially does it in his head. He doesn't really have bookkeeping. Well, he has a QuickBooks account, but he doesn't really use it. And so I'm brought in to address the fact that if he's audited or questioned, the fact is, it looks on paper like he owes a whole lot more taxes than he does in reality. And it's, of course, going to be my job to make sure that the evidence is there to show that that's not the case. But you can't just ignore it, can't just not keep any books and records, because that leaves you too vulnerable. And for any of us who have been through audit experience, or in my case, multiple experiences, you know that's not a position, not a risk you want to expose yourself to. Love to hear your thoughts, feedback on the comment. I'm easy to reach at taxproblems.cpa. Otherwise, I'll be back over the weekend